G'day peoples, for this little episode, which is part 2 of my road trip to Victoria. I'm going to be starting off in Tabulum, having a look at the old bridge there, then heading down to Long Gully Road, which is not far from Drake, and there's a nice little campsite there that's got some water slides and little waterfalls, etc. Nice little camp spot there. And then head down to Rocky Road, which is another little campsite not too far away. So anyway, let's get into it. Bit of a funny story. I don't know if you can see up on that hill there's a big cherry picker truck. And he was parked just down here beside me, and he was looking for the entrance to get in. So he rings the guy up there that's working up there on the tower at the moment, and he says to me, "Look, I'm just down the road a little bit, just have a look for the red truck, I'm parked beside that." My little red truck? That big thing? Last night was a bit of a disaster. I had to leave my campsite because the floodwaters were rising and I was going to get trapped. So I come in here to Tabulum, just near the river. That's the entrance into the old wooden bridge that used to be here. I think this might be part of the old wooden bridge that used to be on those pylons. Certainly looks like it. And I guess that is part of the old bridge, because you certainly wouldn't get rust like that on a new section. So that must be part of the old wooden bridge that used to cross over, that sat on those pylons just there. It shows some of the structure. Used to be one lane. It was pretty hard to get across there because it was hard to see people on the other side. Yeah. Yeah, on the road out to Drake, there's a little side road called Long Gully Road. So I'm now just driving down that, which is supposed to head to some campsites. Yeah, this is a Long Gully rest area. I think the table and chairs have seen better days. Just off the side of the road there. Have a look at this for a great little campsite. It's just beside a road. Nice green grass. Big rocky area, lots of little waterfalls. So it looks like a nice little spot to relax for a day or two. Woohoo! The things you find when you're just touring around. So to get in here is a bit of a, just drive down onto the rocks here and out through that way. Seem to get in okay. Anyway, time to do some exploring. Yeah, campsite was pretty clean. There's a little dam over here. Although I wouldn't mind jumping in that, it's very bitingly cold. And another little brick wall. Kevin Higginson Memorial. Well, I've pulled up the spot which is supposedly called Rocky River Camp. It's not that far from the memorial, which is about a kilometre down that way. There's also more camps up that way. This one appears to be fairly remote, although I can see the road from here. Now, although it's called Rocky River Camp, this is the Timbara River. It's a fairly wide flowing section just here, but there's lots of rocks further up and further down. But this one's nice and out in the open, so I get good solar here and keep me nice and warm, because the temperature overnight's been pretty cold and it is quite cool in the shade. Anyway, I've already had a bit of a walk around to find any rubbish, and there doesn't seem to be any, so I'll just tidy up the campfire a bit and I'll be all good to go. Now, there is a little access track to get down to the water, and it appears to be some sort of a shelf just there. Looks like a rock. Yeah. Anyway, this will do me for a camp for another night. Well, that's it for this episode, so I'll see you on the next adventure.